Joe Biden is trying to win the 2024 election by putting Donald Trump into jail. At least that is what a recent poll shows of participants and what they think about all the charges that are being filed against Donald J. Trump. Just the News put out an article today with a poll by McLaughlin and Associates. I actually think I saw it in the Washington Examiner as well, asking participants whether or not they think that Joe Biden and his allies to go after Trump in order to have the upper hand in this upcoming election. Here is the question that was read to the poll participants before they answered. President Trump has been indicted on a total of 91 counts by supporters of Joe Biden and his Justice Department, the poll stated. If convicted of these charges, do you think that Joe Biden wants to stop President Trump from winning the election by putting him in jail? This is how they responded. So overall, let's just talk about before we're separated by parties or affiliation. 56% said yes, while 30% said no, and 14 were undecided and or did not want to respond. 1 second, let me butt in real quick, guys. If you do like this content and you do want to follow along, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Maybe give me a thumbs up, notification bell. That way you're notified about the latest commentary that I will be coming out with. Let's get back to this video right now. Now let's go ahead and break it down by affiliation and parties and kind of see where it ended up with the Republicans versus Democrats versus independents. 86% of Republicans said Biden hoped to jail Trump compared to 8% who disagreed. For independents, the figures were 50% to 33%. 32% of Democrats said Biden hoped to jail Trump to stop an election win, while 48% disagreed. Going even further into the poll, 58% said that they did support Biden, asking the prosecutors to just back off, with 34% saying they did not. According to the most recent Real Clear Politics average, today is March 21st, I believe, of 2024, Trump is up 2% on Biden. Now, I think the first part of the poll, if we really dig into that, just because there are Democrats out there who think that Biden is trying to remove Trump's chances of winning election based off of all the prosecutions, does not mean that they wouldn't vote for Biden. It just means that they think that he's trying to do that. Some of them might be in favor of that. Have you seen some of these YouTubers, super progressives? Man, they are just chomping at the bit for Trump to get arrested, to go to prison, and all these things. Just saying how horrible the orange man is and how he does not belong in this race. He does belong in prison. I think the most telling part of the poll, though, is the 58% who said they think that Biden should back off. Now, we don't know where those separate, like how many of those 58% said that they think that Biden is trying to do this or not. Maybe they just want a true fair race between Trump and Biden. I think that's telling as well, too, is how much these Democrats are willing to tear down their cities, tear down their states in order to take down Trump. Why is it that they are so fixed on this agenda that they're willing to destroy anything that they have built within their cities and states in order to take him down? Look at Letitia James, this most recent ruling, where Trump come up with $500 million by Monday. What do you think that's going to do to businesses? There are businesses right now sitting in New York where like, man, if I have any views, anything that the Democrats do not like, if I am leaning conservative, even a moderate, if I do anything, are they going to attack my business in the same way, trying to take me down, thinking that I might be a threat to them and their authority as well? There was actually another poll that was posted in Newsmax where they're talking about New York City, 50% of its residents are planning to leave within the next 5 years. Now, I'm not sure how much that has to do with the Letitia James lawsuit that was against Trump. I think that has more to do with the rampant crime, the COVID lockdowns, all these restrictions that happen in New York City during those times. I think that's pushing them out. But think about it. So if you have, about 50% of them saying that they're planning on leaving, you also have these larger businesses who do not want to be attacked by a corrupt judicial system in New York. And so they're going to take not only themselves, but their money out of that state. Now, I think that all these indictments, all these charges that are against Trump are about so much more than just the 2024 election. I think this is to send a message from the deep state, from the Democrats who are in charge right now, to anyone who challenges their authority. If you have a rhino Republican who's willing to go with you, 75%, other 25%, they'll act like they're a conservative, they're fine with that person. But if you challenge their authority, they're trying to take you down, and anyone in the future who plans on doing the same, they will take you down as well. That's why this year's election is so important. And I know every single 4 years we say that how important important these elections are. And it's not just the presidential. We also need to make sure that we take control of the Senate and the House to make sure that we can turn this bus around, because right now it is America going off the cliff. And the deep state and world powers that are involved in tearing America down right now, they are betting on this 2024 re-election for Biden to win. Now, I was actually listening to Tim Pool the other day. He made a great point where there's potential for them wanting Trump to get reelected in 2024. Since Mexico announced that we aren't going to be able to send him back to Mexico where he's having cancer, he sends these illegal immigrants. And then that is the next 4 years of the Democrats saying, look at Trump, he's Hitler 2.0. This is why he's doing this. Look at these camps. These are concentration camps that he's put him in an effort for them to take back to the presidency in 2028, because guess what happens in 2030? The census. So if they could bring enough people in here, taking power with that census, that way the numbers of all the illegal immigrants are counted. It gives them so much more electoral power, because they are going to be shifting those immigrants to places where they lost all these residents, like New York, like California, like Illinois. That's where they're shifting them. And they're like, yeah, we need to make sure that we take power in 2028 to make sure that in 2030 that census does account for these illegal immigrants. I always like taking different people's perspectives, because you could go about this in so many different angles. Maybe the Democrats are just trying to do everything they can to keep full authority from now on out. Or maybe they are playing that game where it's like, you know what, we're going to run Joe Biden because we kind of want Trump to win. That way we could demonize him for those 4 years following, and then we could take back the presidency in 2028. There is no doubt in anyone's minds that with all these prosecutions towards Trump, that Republicans and even some independents felt like with him being attacked, they wanted to vote for him. They wanted him to be able to get into office because he's being attacked by the deep state. So maybe this is all a plan. Maybe it was them to boost up Trump's poll numbers to get him elected in November. I don't know. Only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching though, guys, and I appreciate you following along. Give me a thumbs up if you do like this content, and until next time, stay free.